Hello, and welcome to another day of Living with Spina Bifida. Today is Mental Health Monday, and I am here to say bullying, not even once. Just don't do it. Whether you're a child, a teenager, an adult, an elderly person, just be nice to people and mind your own business. Every one of us is different. Some of us are short, tall, overweight, underweight, gay, straight, transgender, have special needs, whether it be physical or mental. We're all various races. We all dress and look differently. We all act differently. Bullying knows no boundaries. It seems like no matter who you are, what you do, no matter where you are on the totem pole, someone is always going to be there to bully you. It seems like these days people just don't know how to keep their hateful, unkind, mean thoughts and words to themselves. People think they are high and mighty and entitled to tell other people how they feel about them. That the way they live, the way they look, the way they act, the way they are, is wrong in some way. Just because that person doesn't agree with something in the other person's life. Bullying happens a lot more than just on the playground or to children. It happens to everyone. And when we get older, it just gets worse. It gets meaner. It gets more creative. But I know kids and teenagers of all ages are cruel too, and none of it is acceptable. Just none of it. I don't understand. There are so many different kinds of bullying. It's kind of scary, just the different ways people can think up to harass each other. There's verbal bullying, whether it be teasing, name-calling, inappropriate sexual comments, taunting, threatening to cause harm, or any sort of verbal harassment of any sort. There's social bullying, and that's leaving someone out on purpose just to hurt them in some way. Telling other people not to be friends with someone for one reason or another. Spreading rumors about someone. And embarrassing someone in public. Obviously, there's physical bullying, and that's hitting, kicking, pinching, spitting, tripping, pushing, taking or breaking someone's things, or making rude or mean hand gestures, or just threatening physically in some way or another. There's also cyberbullying. That's the big problem these days with all our technology. Especially, it's getting easier to harass people anonymously without it being able to be traced back to someone. Unless you are like a tech guru or the police or someone who really understands computers. And most people that are getting bullied don't understand computers well enough to track down the person that is harassing them. Cyberbullying can happen 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it doesn't matter if you're alone or if you're with other people. You can get harassed, and it's more likely to happen online because there are less witnesses, and the people that are harassing you are not going to get in trouble as quickly, or if at all, because they can hide behind a computer screen and just hurt you. And like I said, it can happen anonymously, and most often it does happen anonymously because more often than not, the person doing the bullying is kind of a coward, and they would rather hide behind a name or an anonymous signature because they can't handle actual confrontation, and it makes them feel better to get their problems with someone else out while they're hiding. And more often than not, when someone is getting bullied, it's affecting them greatly. I know the person that is doing the bullying and harassing doesn't really care, or maybe that is their goal, is to just destroy someone's life for some reason or another. But it can cause the person getting harassed to use alcohol and drugs, to skip school if it's a school-age person, or they could skip work if they're being harassed by someone at work. And obviously, if it's cyberbullying, they could also get bullied in real life by the same person, by another person, by a group of people. Along with skipping school, they will just flat out refuse to go to school, and that will give them poor grades, and so will the emotional stress they are receiving. They won't be able to concentrate at school, and obviously they will have lower self-esteem, and they could even have health issues because of this. And like I've said before, bullying does not just happen with school-age kids. It happens with adults. It's happening more and more with everyone because of the internet. And you can be a secret stalker, harasser. You can be the secret person and destroy people's lives with the click of a button. Now I'm going to get a little personal and talk about my own personal bullying and harassment. My entire adult life, I have been harassed, bullied, picked on because of my lack of financial stability. I am always needing someone to rescue me from financial woes. And then once I get out of that situation, I am just back on being irresponsible and going out and having fun and then living a life after someone bails me out of my situation. And that has been a big problem with a lot of people my entire adult life. And I don't feel like I should be explaining myself of why I will 1 minute need bailing out of a financial situation, whether it be help paying a bill or help not getting evicted from our place, and then the next minute we're out eating out, we're going on trips, we're staying in hotels, we're having irresponsible fun. And I feel like if you are actually doing the harassing of me, then you don't deserve an explanation of why that is the way it is. My whole thing is, if really the way I see it is, if you are that concerned about where my money is going, by all means, be my accountant, be my banker, be my financial assistant, and pay my bills for me, and make sure the money is going in the proper place. Not like it isn't, but, if you're really concerned about where my money is going, why don't you do it? Why don't you take care of my money for me? Oh yeah, that's because I'm an adult. I need to figure those things out for myself, and I need to grow up and start taking care of my life, right? Okay, I'll get right on that. But like I said, if you are doing the harassing of me, then you obviously don't know the whole picture and the whole situation and why things are the way that they are in my life. And you think that by telling me obvious things that people obviously already know about me, I obviously already know about myself, but it apparently is a lot of help for you to be telling me these things. Constructive criticism, I don't know. I don't know what your thoughts are. I don't know what your ideas are. I don't know what your goal is. Like I have always said, if you want to have an actual conversation with me, go ahead. We can have a real conversation. Just do it anonymously. Show your real self. And we can talk like adults rather than putting down, calling names. We can figure this out on a different level rather than stating the obvious and throwing out unhelpful information, because all it's doing is putting people down. One more situation that I have been dealing with my entire adult life is the state of my living quarters. People have always harassed me about my inability to keep a house clean. How can you live like that? How can you stand being in such filth? Because obviously I don't notice the mess, I guess, and bringing it up is going to be helpful in the situation, and it's going to make me realize that, oh, I should just snap my fingers like Mary Poppins and everything will be perfect. And like I said, if you are doing the harassing and you are hiding behind that screen and having to tell me obvious things that I obviously already know, then it's not worth explaining to you how someone could live that way. Because if you have to harass someone and ask those questions, then apparently it's not worth my time explaining it to you. There you have it. Bullying. Not even once.